Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. I just want to do a quick demo of an easy, quick, really fast way to clean your track. Now, I don't know how your track reacts, but this track, this is Menard's track, and you can see it builds up a substantial amount of oxide. And in some pieces of track, there's definite pitting on the surface of the rails. And you can clean that all day with alcohol, and it will help. But if you want a really great connection really quickly, use a pocket knife. And then lightly, just put the knife or the blade on top of the rail, and then lightly scrape it. Now, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this, just enough to get through the oxide, and you can actually see it leaving a silver line. And when you get to a really oxidey piece of track, you'll go, wow. Anyway, you go all the way around. Now, I just did this, and I'm running a Commodore Vanderbilt that's pulling 12 Lionel cars. I want to show you the difference it made. Okay. Now this is a fairly big track. This is 40 feet end to end. And as you can see, that engine is running at a constant speed all the way around this track. At 30% power. So this little engine will fly at 50% power and bump it up to 40%. Now that thing is really scooting. Turn it down for derail. So there's about 35% power. And that engine is running really well. And it's running at an absolutely constant speed all the way around the track, as you see. So bring it over here, we'll stop it. So this one simple thing of just lightly scraping these rails makes a tremendous difference in how your trains run. So what I do is scrape half of the track, pull the train around, scrape the other half. And do that when it really starts to build up. And of course, wipe them down with alcohol. Now what I use to clean the rail is a small paint roller just soaked in alcohol. And that way you can just soak this in alcohol and then drag it across the rails, and it works really well. But when you start getting oxide actually built up on the rail, let's see if I can get a shot of this oxide. There, see that? Actual pitting. Remember, you're dragging copper against steel with AC voltage running through it, and so you get electrolysis, and it begins to actually build up a huge crust on the surface of these rails. So that one really light scraping with anything sharp, you can do it with a butter knife actually, it doesn't really have to be sharp. All you're trying to do is get through this surface crust that forms, and it's just oxide building up. And the more you run your train, of course, the more oxide builds up. Now I run these things every day. The whole idea of this entire setup is just to test these engines as they come in. And I buy all these junk engines and fix them, repair them, put them on the track, run them, buy some more. It's just kind of a fun hobby. I just buy the junkiest engines I can find, $10 and less, and then spend a few minutes working on them and put them on the rail and run them. And that's what this entire setup is for, is basically just to test all these engines that I'm working on. So in any case, I just want to do a quick video on lightly scraping this rail. You will find it makes a tremendous difference. Not so much the outside rails. You won't see a lot of difference there because you have twice the amount of surface. But the center rail, that one light scraping makes a really huge difference in the amount of power it takes to power one of these engines. So I just wanted to do a video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.